As you already know, welcome to the Art of Self-Discovery workshop. This is a very interactive workshop and not the traditional one. So we'll be doing a little bit of art activity today, which relates to self-esteem, self-acceptance, and also trying to get yourself to know better about yourself and also know your values, know a little bit about who you are. So first of all, I'm Fatma. I am a registered psychotherapist qualifying, and I am also a Canadian certified counselor, so I have a license. I support individuals with personal development, self-esteem, depression, and imposter syndrome here at Shift Club. Who is Shift Club? So we are an integrated mental health firm that offer therapy and training across Canada. We're a team of over 100 therapists and 12 support staff nationally. We also support over 7,000 individuals through therapy and counseling and have led over 400 workshops and trainings in the past 2 years for clients like LinkedIn, Zero, Shopify, Tulip Retail, Maple, and many others. We also design and implement large-scale healthcare solutions and educational programs like Maple's therapy service and high-touch EAP alternatives. So as you could tell, we do a lot of wonderful stuff here at Shift Lab. Moving on, agenda for today's workshop. So we'll be going through a small, short icebreaker and introduction about what we're doing today. And then we'll get straight into the art-based activity, which of course we had something very beautiful lined up and the material that we had asked for you to bring. Then we will have an activity time, which means we'll have around 15 to 20 minutes to do it. And there'll be reflections and conclusion and takeaway. So let's get into the icebreaker activity. So which dog represents how you're feeling this evening? So as you can tell, there is a lot of different ones here, different modes, different feelings. So feel free to jump in, unmute yourself, let me know, or if you want, you can even type it in the chat. That's totally okay as well.
So far, we have 2 8s, and I could not agree more.
I'm sitting at a healthy 7 right now.
Nice. Okay.
Wow. I see some people at 4. I see some people at 8. So very similar, but different. Right. Some of you sound happy. Some of you are like, can't wait. Okay. Wonderful. So if you talk about me, I am also at 4. I'm really happy because I'm doing something I really like and I'm passionate about, which is art. And also it relates to self-discovery, which is even better. So let's talk about what self-discovery is all about. So it requires self-acceptance and willingness to look objectively at yourselves and really celebrating your strengths when faced with challenges and reflecting on who you are and all the unique facets that makes us individuals. So what we are going to do today is we're making a collage to build a healthier self-image and esteem. So essentially, I'm pretty sure you must have heard about collages before, you must have done a collage before, but today's whole focus is really digging deeper into different things that you bring on board. We all have a lot of strengths. We have a lot of strengths we celebrate when we have a lot of different life challenges. So it's really looking at things in different limelight, but also walking away with a takeaway around what you did today. So let's talk about how is art related to self-esteem and self-discovery. How does it actually happen? And why should we consider it more? Because when we talk about art and self-esteem, it's important to know, like, how is it really useful? So art can really help with self-expression. As I'm a therapist, I see a lot of my clients saying, like, I don't feel that I want to talk about today or want to express myself in a different limelight or this. I feel like there's a roadblock. So we use art with self-expression because it really sparks creativity and really helps you think outside of the box and use non-traditional method. Not only that, art also offers self-exploration. It increases your self-worth and actually makes you understand in a different limelight. It also gives you a very good visual expression of your feelings. For example, if you get some art with you and feel like, oh, I want to do some grounding activity. So you can have like a piece of paper and really jot down or use some colors and see like how you're feeling. Is it red? Like, how's it showing it to me? Or maybe like, what is it needing right now from me? And how can I give that to myself? And we can encourage art more than often to boost your self-esteem. And some of the examples here is on the screen, which means you can actually create a self-portrait for the future or making a self-portrait on the outside of, let's say, a paper bag. And then on the inside, you can fill out items that represent your personality. And other areas of self-discovery is drawing the people who mean the most to you in your life and create like one-of-a-kind artwork for each. Because sometimes you really need to know who do we have by yourself and by our side, and at the same time really knowing who these people are, because it really enhances the self-esteem and knowing that you have that connection that you need. And that actually also enhances the self-worth because you feel like you have someone who you can connect with, have that socialization aspect going. One of the other things you could also do is make a customized jar that consists of things that you love about yourself and fill in the jar as a daily reminder. And by the end of the year, you would have so many different qualities of yourself in that jar that you can read out to yourself. There's no limit to art. There's so many things you could do, but these were just some examples. So let's dive straight in. Enough of my talking. So in this event, we'll be using interactive learning experience where you will explore art in a way that will increase self-awareness, self-acceptance, lower your stress level, and connect with the inner child. So we will be looking at through the lens of psychotherapy and explore a collage-based activity that will empower yourself, boost your self-esteem, and be curious about your identity. So here are some items that you need to start for today's activity. If you don't have it already, you can gather the following items. If let's say you were not prepared, or if you were not aware, you just joined last minute, make sure you gather your favorite items, whether that's magazine cutouts, items you have saved from your childhood, photographs, textures, colors you like, any meaningful quotes, canvas, letter size paper, markers, color pencils, scissors, and glue, and a pen. These are a lot of different things, but if you have even few of them, even if you have a pen and paper, that's fine. The whole part of this collage is to really dig deeper on who you are, but of course, more the merrier. So I'll give you around like 5 minutes to make sure like everything is with you, and then we'll start our activity. Okay, we don't need 5 minutes, but if you need, that's okay. You can always get your materials ready because we will have this instruction on screen, and you can take some time for that as well. So now that you have the materials ready, let's begin. So we will be incorporating the following prompts in your collage. So I want you to take a moment to reflect on your core values, which means what are some of the things that you feel strongly about? What do you feel you're good about when you practice certain behaviors or see others behave and incorporate that in your collage? So this basically means that you'll be going deeper into certain things that you abide by and you really feel strong about. It could be any of the communities that you have joined, the culture you might be part of, the identity that you've built over these years, or certain things that you're really good at. Sorry, I was looking at the chat. So, okay. So once you have a good idea of your values, which means once you have reflected, I would like to invite you to take a mindful minute, which means you will do a little bit of mindfulness here. You'll be closing your eyes and turning your focus to your breath. And now I want you to let the words associate with your values and freely flow into your thoughts. What are these words? And what are the related images, colors, shapes that feel connected to these words? And once you feel ready, you would begin selecting images, words, phrases, or colors from the magazine and the newspapers. And you will be using these to compile a collage that will make you reflect your words to live by. So this can be image-based or entirely abstract. It's all about how your words make you feel. And after you're done with that, you will be adding some different elements as well. So these are fun elements like lifestyle, work, ambition, circle of support, your hobbies, the self-care routine, anything that you feel really represent yourself. So on the whole, when you look at this collage, it really speaks to you around your identity. It speaks to you about your values. It speaks to you about your strengths. It speaks to you about different things that you really care about, really support. And this is who you are as a person as well. So for this activity, because I'm mindful, it will take a little bit of time because you might be trying to cut, copy, you might be trying to paste certain images on the collage. It's really reflective. So I know it's 6:15 right now, but I'll give you like 15, 20 minutes. So around like 6:35, I will check back in and see how things are, and then we'll take the session from there. So more power to you guys, and let's begin. Thank you, Julia, for that heart. Just so you know, everyone, we would be having a little of music in the background, so don't get scared like what's happening. We're trying to play some music so that it's not awkward. I see one of the participants saying, I'm doing something with some dried flowers I have, and then the values part digitally with more words digitally. This sounds so amazing and so creative. I would have never thought about this. So I'm really excited to see what all of you bring to board. We have 5 more minutes. I'm just wondering, how's everyone doing? Do we need a couple of more minutes, or are we good with 5 more minutes? You can write it in the chat.
I personally could use a few more minutes because I'm overthinking everything.
Oh, okay. So let's do like 6:40. Is that doable? 10 more minutes? Okay. Let's do 6:40.
Thank you.
Excited. How are we doing so far? I'm just curious, just to be mindful of the time, we want to take the activity and feel everybody got a chance to present. Is everyone ready?
Someone said 4 more minutes.
So let's do the 4 more minutes. Okay, so we are at 6:40. And if you feel comfortable, please feel free to present in collage. If you feel it's not the, if you don't want to present a collage, that's fine. You can always talk about what it means to you. And also if you are shy from talking, that's okay too. You can always put your thoughts into the chat, and that's even great. Just wondering if anyone wants to present here. I'll go first. So it feels more comfortable for other people. So with you guys as well, I was also doing a collage because it's always good to self-reflect and see what you have. So this is what I came up with. So I have things that really matter to me, for example, my opinions, my career, my choices, the psychotherapy itself. And I also see being a professor one day. When we talk about values, I have creativity, loyalty, honesty, hard work. I also have a lot of self-routine here, which means enjoying sunshine, cooking, um, talking to myself sometimes. Because that's really helps me process some of things. Gardening, reading, getting a hug, which is always nice. Talking to select people. I also really like equality. So I believe like everybody needs to be treated fairly and equally. I love traveling, so I have a little badge here that represents traveling. I also have Disneyland here, which reminds me of my childhood memories. I also have my husband in my picture here. I also have different quotes about creativity and how anything you can imagine can essentially come true. I also have butterfly stickers on it because while growing up, I really like butterflies. I have a bath and body sticker on it because I really like scents and I really like their candles, and that really provides some grounding for me. So this is me in a nutshell, but also talks about like, things that really matter to me, things that I really feel like it enhances who I am and what I bring to my table. And I think my biggest strength is doing everything in a creative lens and really putting in the hard work that matters. So this is who am I, but I'm really curious if someone else wants to join into and really explain what do they have there.
I don't mind sharing.
Go ahead.
So this is, oh, I have the blur on. I don't know if you can let me just take that off.
Sure.
Okay, might be able to see it a little bit more clearly, but I didn't have time to color everything in, but it's one of it's like a template for one of those adult coloring sheets type thing. So anyways, I picked one that had flowers, and I just glued some flowers onto some of the butterflies' wings. And then for the values words that I chose, I picked empathy and compassion, adventure, and advancement, humility, and the desire for lifelong learning, appreciation, courage to try new things, kindness and generosity. And then some of the things I like are traveling, learning, journaling, running, gardening, and spending times with friends and family, including my dog and husband. So yeah, it was a nice activity. I enjoyed doing it.
Yeah, thank you. It's really good and really shows something that you really do. And there are a lot of beautiful values that I heard from you. It definitely sounds like there are different things that you must be bringing personally and professionally. So very well done. And I'm sure that this has been reflective. I'm just curious, while you were doing this activity, how did that really help you understanding yourself and the self-discovery part?
I really enjoyed the actual part where I had to reflect on what my values are.
Mhm.
Because I think that that's really important. And unless we're asked to do it, sometimes it's not something that always gets brought up, but I think it's important to keep in the forefront of our mind what our values are, and also that we can always like have new values as well. So yeah, I enjoyed
How
the
did you, yeah, that's amazing. How did you free yourself from self-judgment and that inner critique that sometimes is very loud to us?
I feel like it was easier to put away the inner critique because it involved art. So it made me feel more relaxed and made me feel just a bit more free to express myself. So I like that aspect of it.
Absolutely. It sounds like it gave you that forum to express yourself, and the inner critic was a lot less here, right? Anyone else who would like to jump into the wagon and really talk about what happened today, because it's a nice, small, knit group.
I don't mind going next. Don't know if my
Okay,
camera's
yeah,
showing.
for sure.
Is my camera showing? Sorry, just to confirm.
Yes, it does.
Okay. So I didn't have any paper, so I just did it on my iPad. So as you can see, I started with just like bubbles and colors, and a lot of the themes that I have are around whimsical, childlike, curiosity. I always call myself a lifelong learner. I love to experiment and build. Spontaneous, but I overthink a lot too. I do enjoy deep conversations and getting to know people at their core value. So I think growing up for me, I do love having lots of friends, but as I grow older, quality takes over quantity. So I put that there. And then I just started drawing things around that I think are, quite relevant, or sometimes just random things. And then halfway through, I don't know, my attention just started straying, and I went on and sketch other things instead. So that was something I was like, should I be judging myself for doing that or not? And then I just went along with it. So maybe partially because I was filling my page too much already by that time too. But one thing that I kind of noticed is that as I start drawing my values, I start reflecting on how I live it day to day. And to be honest, I think, in terms of where I am in terms of career is not really aligned with my values. I always feel like I have a coalition against being a professional in an IT sector with someone who's whimsical and childlike and a dreamer and all that stuff. So I don't know, it's just something that I noticed, and I think I'm working through it, trying to merge that personality as much as I can, as opposed to it being in conflict. But that was something that was very much apparent in how I felt when I was doing this exercise.
Mhm. It definitely sounds like when you reflect on that collage, you felt like your core values does not align with the place you're working with, or something that's relating to your career. So it does not only make you understand that, there are certain times when we really judge ourselves, and that lowers our self-esteem, but really it's really digging deeper and peeling those layers, that what could be those contributing factors sometimes. Maybe it's because you're not doing those meaningful activities that really helps you enhance those values.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know, what are your takeaways from, when you think about, the self-expression that you have, what are your next steps now?
I think primarily I guess I do have that imposter syndrome at work and with my own self, my own expectation of myself, like I want to live as much as I can close to my values, but in reality that's not really happening, I would say. So, I'm just trying to be in a place where I can try to merge it as much as possible. For me, it's difficult, but I always tell myself I can do difficult things. So that's the mantra I try to go with. Not really much focusing on the destination, but more of the journey of trying to merge.
Absolutely. And that's the beautiful part, right? Knowing around like what is different elements that you're enhancing your life with, right? And then there's no stepping stone like that. You can always add more things to your toolbox. You can always reach out for more help. You can reach out for a lot of different things that can really help you understand yourself better, imposter syndrome better, because that sometimes makes us feel that we're not enough, or you're not something that you're lacking. But truly going into details around, what you have worked throughout your life and what you have really enhanced, that is really helpful for your personal and professional growth.
Thanks
Way
for
to go. You're welcome. Anybody else? I see a lot of chat here, so let me read out certain things. One of our participants said, some images I found are moon and stars because I'm a night owl, wings for freedom and free thought. Amazing. Books because I love learning, me as well. And highly value Goodreads. Hand on holding and sharing things. Sharing is caring, and I believe strongly in community because we can't do this alone. Honesty, respect, integrity is very important to me. And pen because I love to write and stand up for what I believe in. One of my favorite quotes is, all I know is what I know, nothing, by Socrates, which resonates with me because I feel there's always so much to learn, and we think we know it all, but I think we haven't even scratched the surface of what's out there, and I find that exciting. Love doing this activity. It was nice to hear everyone else as well. Amazing. Thank you, Diana. It just shows how much impact um, this kind of self-exploration does to you. Sometimes really makes you understand that there are certain things that makes you feel not only better, but also understand that, these are the honesty, integrity, or maybe, respect is something that you really want to take with you and hold really tight. And I see other participants really relating to that. I also see the drop-in image here as well. Beautiful. It really sounds like, everybody came prepared with these images, which is amazing. I hear one of the participants saying, I can relate to Sabrina. I'm just back in school now, changing professions. And sometimes imposter syndrome has me thinking, oh, this is too late to switch professions. I should have already figured it by now, but definitely so happy with the process of switching professions. Thanks for sharing. This is so true. Sometimes we feel like maybe this is not something I should be doing, or there's a lot of should statements in our life where we put an unrealistic expectations on ourselves. But it sounds like there's no age or there's no kind of limitations we have to kind of switch careers or switch different things. You can always do so much more at any phase of life. It's just part of like what kind of journey you want to live. And absolutely, I hear one of our participants, Misha, saying, is it okay for me to go? Absolutely. If you feel like, you need to leave, that's totally okay. We are just summing up and making sure everybody got a chance to participate and really shed some light on their collage.
Fatima, I think, sorry, Misha wants to present.
Okay. So Misha, do you want to go ahead?
Hey, sorry. I just realized that wording can be confusing. Hey, so is it okay if I share my screen, or do you prefer that I try to take a screenshot and put it in the chat?
Anything that you feel comfortable with.
Okay, I'll try to share my screen then.
Fatima, I think you just have to stop sharing so Misha can go.
Okay.
Okay, I'll try doing this. Okay. Okay, never mind. There's a lot of security that's stopping me. Okay, I'll just put the picture in the chat. One moment.
No worries, Misha. We all had tech issues tonight too.
There, thank you. That makes me feel a little better.
Oh, of course. Don't even worry about it.
Okay, so I would like to thank Pinterest for having images readily available. So I have a couple of images. Also, sorry, I'm fighting a cold, so if I blow my nose or anything, please excuse that. So the first picture I chose was one of a baby elephant and a mom or dad, or a sibling. I don't know. But yeah, so I chose advocate. I love animals, and so anytime I see anything unjust, I always try to speak up for them. Second was a picture of trees from below. I love nature, and I put nature nurtures because I find no matter what I'm going through or whatever mood I'm in, as soon as I'm just out getting some fresh air amongst trees, immediately I feel so much better. Third, I put it says breathe, but I put peace within because I find I always try, I guess this is something that represents me, but also something I'm trying to work on. I always try to just take a deep breath and find peace within no matter what situation I'm going through. I'm a little better at helping others find peace than myself, but I'm working on it. The fourth was one of some pretty flowers. I have a green thumb that I think I acquired from my mom. So thanks, Mom. So I have a lot of plants inside and also outside. So that's a big representation of who I am. The fifth one is kindness. I put myself included because that's the part that's I kind of struggle with. I'm very good at being kind to everyone else, but I think I'm not quite as kind to myself, but I'm working on it. The sixth one is I'm an overthinker, which can really, I feel like that picture was a good representation of what it can really do to you, because that's actually a small picture of a bigger one where that cloud gets bigger and bigger. And I felt it was a really good representation of how much of a thunderstorm you could create in your head, and how far you can go with just your thoughts and overthinking. And 9 out of 10 times it doesn't even end up happening, but what you experience because of it, that you can, like, that doesn't change regardless. I have a magnet on my fridge that actually says, I think 99% of the things that you were worried about never even happened. But unfortunately, it's not enough. I'm still an overthinker, even though I have that reminder there. On the last row, I have a picture of someone. Oh, that's him and my dog. So he's like my world. I know, just on time too. He's just amazing. He's always there. When I was working from home, like without even asking, he's just sleeping next to me, and he chooses to do that. Like, I don't even have to pay him. Um, so like, I love him the most. And the second last picture, I put joy in colors. I find no matter where I am, like whether it's just like a really colorful outfit or a beautiful sunset, like it just like it translates to joy for me. Like, it just makes me so much happier, and I try to spread joy too. And the final one is humor. I always try to bring humor wherever I can. And anytime someone, even if it's the lamest joke that some might think, I will be that person, like laughing and laughing years later thinking about that joke. So I felt like that was a bit about myself, a little bit about who I want to become and what I want to improve on, but also a bit about myself.
Mhm. And this, this image is so beautiful. I can see so many
Oh,
aspects of you. It really
thank you.
feeds within you. But I
Thank
also
you.
see how, the overthinking, the rumination part can really make you sometimes doubt yourself. And
Yeah,
this
100%.
connected to how you can never not be kind to yourself sometimes. So it's very important to practice self-compassion piece. And
Yeah.
hence I see that green thumb here, and nature and breathe and advocating for yourself, because this really does contribute to how you view yourself and how you're putting yourself first.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. This is beautiful. Oh my
Thank
God,
you.
everyone did such an amazing job. Whoever is sharing, it's like, oh my God, did I do something wrong? But it's so good. Okay. Is there anyone else who wants to share or wants to present today? I see here everybody, one of the participants said we are all a work in progress, and that's a beautiful part of life. That's so true. I don't know where you found my autobiography, but dang, that's impressive. So, of course, if you enjoyed this activity, so you must be knowing like how many different things I would be also doing in my therapy sessions. If you're considering, of course, psychotherapy, feel free to reach out for any meet and greet, getting to know me more. You already know a little bit more about me because you're in today's session. And we can definitely discuss some of the things and themes that I heard today, which is self-doubt, imposter syndrome, self-image, body image. And this is something I really specialize in, and these are my specialities. So feel free, if you feel like, you're considering still ruminating, if there's any room for that. Quick takeaways. If you all had to describe this session in one word, what would it be? You can feel free to just unmute yourself or put it in the chat, anything you like. Inspiring, togetherness. Absolutely. It's really great whenever we have everybody together sharing their thoughts, enlightening. Absolutely. It's really enriching. Yeah, inspirational. Insightful. Yeah. And that was the whole purpose here, the art of self-discovery. Self-reflecting and fulfilling. And also, it's so nice to be surrounded by such supportive people, especially when you're so vulnerable. And that's so true. I do also want to thank everyone for being so honest, vulnerable, and ready to present and be all hands-on. Okay. So this sums up our session today. I don't want to take more time for you, but thank you so much for everyone for coming in. And it was so great seeing all of you lovely people coming out for my virtual event. Again, if you would like to reach out, feel free to do so. But till then, take very good care of yourself. And I wish everyone all the very best for your future endeavors.